Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another episode of Beyond the Orange, brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. Coming up tonight on the show, we have Tennessee co-defensive coordinator Anthony Poindexter. Coach Poindexter, you arrived to Tennessee just a few days after coaching Penn State in the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. What was that whirlwind of time like? Because you're trying to get a team ready, knowing you're coming here. You got Louisville trying to still poach you as the defensive coordinator potentially. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff going on for you. What was that moment in time like?
I've been able to just stay in the moment I'm in. So I wanted to coach my last game at Penn State, do a great job for those guys. Those players deserve it. Terry Smith deserved it. The school deserved it. They treated me well while I was there. So I was in that moment, and then once the game was over, then we had to move on to the next step. And, this coaching profession, it becomes a whirlwind. But, I try to compartmentalize it and just be where my feet at.
From one cathedral in all of sports in Yankee Stadium to a cathedral of college football at Neyland Stadium, being able to go into that stadium as a coach. I know years ago Tennessee recruited you, and you've been there, but I mean, at the same time, like to go in there as a coach and be recruiting to Neyland Stadium, what was that like?
It's been great. To be able to walk in this stadium, when we had the recruits in January, it's going to be a special place. I can already feel it. And, obviously I took an official visit here out of high school, so I knew somewhat of it, but I think it had changed a little bit over 30 years. But it's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
30 years.
Yeah.
30. You don't look that old, though. I mean, kudos to you. 30. You did the show with Mike, on Mike Keith's show, and he talked to you about that winter storm that kind of knocked you out of coming here. So many were knocked into coming here through that weekend. And when you look at like some that group of that class of '94, some really good players out of that class. How much have you kept up with some of those guys that you knew each other a little bit through the high school race? It's not like today. There was no necessarily rivals and all these star rankings and stuff, but how much have you kept up with guys you knew from back then?
Well, the only person I really knew, and I can't remember the other guys that were on the visit, but I knew Peyton was either supposed to be, I think he came either came that Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
But Peyton's wife went to UVA.
Yeah, Ashley.
His brother-in-law played with me on the team, so Peyton would come up, and then and we would hang out there sometimes when he came up. But we actually met truly for the first time was out at the Playboy All-American, and so it's just that's the one person I really know, and but yeah, it was a lot of good players on that visit. But that snowstorm it seemed like I was going to California on that drive, so. My focus, I was like, "Man, this dude way too far," You
had a fantastic career, obviously, at Virginia, two-time All-American. Go right down the list of all the things you accomplished. What do you take most from the coaches you played for back then, though? That maybe has, I guess, molded into who you are as a coach.
Well, so I had a lot of good coaches. I took their teaching, the attitude towards me as a player, and how they allowed me to be the player that I was. I mean, they didn't try to change me or try to make me somebody else. They really just allowed me to be me. And so when I get a player, I think I recruited him for what his talents are, and I try to fit him into our system, but I still want them to be them, because why recruit a player and try to make him like another player? He might remind you of another player, but we all got different names. We all got different skill sets. So I really took that from, Art Marcos, my position coach, George Welsh, the late Rick Lance, who was my defensive coordinator. They just allowed me to be me, and I appreciate them for that.
Do you ever find yourself in the middle of practice and, man, I feel like this coach that coached me? Or do you ever it's kind of like sometimes like I'll say things to my kids and I'm like, man, I sound like my dad right now.
Right.
Like, do you find yourself doing that as a coach?
I probably got sayings from all of them, so I don't really think about it that way, but I think about it as in a sense, because even my high school coach was very influential on me. My high school defensive coordinator, they all were, they had a big influence on me. So I got bits and pieces of all of them, and then I just try to roll it into my own style.
When you go back home, Do you ever think about like your middle school coach or high school coach, a teacher that had an impact on you? Like, I mean, I find myself doing that from time to time, like whether it be like Mr. Henderson, who taught me in, East Tennessee history as a seventh grader or whatever, right? I mean, do you ever find yourself when you get back home just kind of reliving some of those moments?
Well, my high school head coach, he still lives. He's back in Lynchburg or that Forest area. My defensive coordinator in high school, he's still there, so I still talk to him, and they still keep up with me. And I mean, my high school defensive coordinator, he just texted me that last week, and so I mean, I think me personally, ever since I've been a player and a coach, I try to represent my hometown in a certain way, because that's who made me. So I just try to represent them, and I want any good thing that come to me to be like a reflection of what they taught me and what I was brought up around.
I know you're proud to be a Cavalier, so let's not go too far. But you are wearing this orange now. Do you feel like do we feel like we rode a wrong from that snowstorm in '94?
I think so. I think it was just meant to happen. It just was 30 years later, and in a different role.
How have you adapted your coaching style over the last few years, even with Coach Knowles? How have you kind of changed who you are as a coach?
When I was young, I was running around and yelling, and really one style was fitting all when I was a young coach. Now my style more, let me learn the play I'm coaching, let me learn the style that I need to coach him at. Now the standard's the same for all of them, but they know it's only a few things that's gonna get me hot, or that everybody, like, I talk to them the same way, is your effort and your toughness. But other than that, I try to learn the kids. I mean, it's a different day and age. You got different relationships, different way of recruiting these kids now. Not that it's that the kids is a bad thing, but they want you to be more involved in who they really are as a person, a kid, more into their life. So once you get to know that, I think you can coach them any way you want to coach them. But all kids don't respond to yelling. So if you're yelling at a kid and he going the other way with it, well, it's doing no one any good. So I just try to find the best way to coach the kid to get the most out of him.
Why did Coach Poindexter feel like right now is the perfect time to come to Tennessee? We'll talk about that next on Beyond the Orange.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old-school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
What's the #1 home improvement project you can do for your house? Install an Aqua Clear water system. If you see one of our blue and green trucks coming down the road, we're on our way to help another Tennessee family get better water. You owe it to yourself and your family to find out why 18,000 Tennessee homeowners have made the switch to Aqua Clear water systems. For your free water test and estimate, scan the QR code on the screen. We'll change your water. It'll change your life.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Beyond the Orange is brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. What makes you smile?
My wife.
Why?
My kids. I mean, I've been blessed, man. I got a beautiful wife and 3 beautiful kids, and everybody healthy. Everybody, off and doing their thing. So I'm proud of all of them. And my wife, she been a foot soldier with me all through this whole business and really raised my kids for me. And so, I mean, they make me smile.
Why was now the perfect time? Because we joked up coming off the top. Like, you had opportunities to be a DC. You had opportunities to go elsewhere. But you wanted to come here. Why was that?
No, I just think, being with Coach Knowles for last year, the opportunity to come to the SEC, Coach Heupel, it's Tennessee. It's Tennessee. And I just think it felt right. So I really don't chase a lot of stuff down. Like, if it feel right for me, it's just right for me. So it felt right, and here I am.
You came here sight unseen, really. Like, take me through the process. Was it a hard pitch from Coach Knowles and Coach Heupel? Was it, pretty easy?
No, I mean, Coach Knowles kind of like, when he got the job, he was like, man, would you like to come with me? And I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, Coach, I'll come with you. And got on the phone with Coach Heupel, and we did out what we had to do. And so it won't. I don't need to be sold, or I don't need to be recruited as, if I think it feel right, and I know it's good people I'm going to work for, I mean, it's an easy sell for me.
I talked to multiple coaches back in December when all the chatter was out there about, you potentially joining the staff and so on and so forth. And they're like, man, he's a dogged recruiter. Going up against him and recruiting is really hard because he's such a big relationships guy. Take me through you as a recruiter. Like, when you're meet with a kid, like what direction do you try to pinpoint and attack?
Well, I just don't want to come across as a recruiter. I don't want to come across as a used car salesman.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
want to be real, authentic.
Yeah, like and what they see when I'm recruiting them and what they see when I'm coaching them,
same guy.
It should be the same guy. Like, so I just be myself and try to get to know them. And many times we got a lot of things in common, where we grew up or whatever, and just be myself. And I've been fortunate to be able to get some good players. I done lost more than I got, but you try to just do your best, and hopefully the right ones come play for you.
Ironically, I didn't have your number at the time, and I'm driving back from Tennessee's second practice at the Music City Bowl, and it dawned on me that, one of the coaches that I talked to had talked about going against you, in recruiting, Cam Selden.
Right.
And I'm like, Cam Selden. Hey, Cam, you got a number for Anthony Poindexter? Yep. Can you send it to me? Yep. Sent it to me. You have one of those silly things where you have to say your name and reason for calling. I'm just like Austin Price. I'm not giving my reason for calling. I was shocked. I was like, Winter.
Is that what my message say?
Yeah. When you answered, I was like, this guy's all I need to know. Like, he was willing to take it. You understood what I was doing my job. Like,
right.
I was like, I told Hubs, I was like, I hope that guy's coming, because I was like, that guy was fantastic on the phone.
Well,
because I've run into a lot that weren't. So, I mean, you to your point about being authentic.
Yeah, like, you got a job to do. I got a job to do. Everybody got a job to do. And, like in this coaching thing, a lot of that stuff's sensitive, and so I try to be respectful of the head coach's wish too. They're like,
Yeah.
And so it's but somebody call you on the phone, you try to be respectful, you try to make them feel like, hey, man, you really want to talk to them, and then you can give them whatever you can give them, but then you just move on.
When you got to Knoxville, those first few weeks had to be kind of crazy, because you just go right into the portal. You basically walk in the door and the portal's open, and let's go. What was that 2-week span like?
It was, well, it's kind of like the first year I really experienced it this way, where we was really that heavy, or myself was really that heavy in recruiting, portal, DBs, and so it was kind of a new experience for me. And the one good thing about the portal visits, they're less than 24 hours, so
they are. They don't have to be, but most kids they don't want the photo shoot. And all that stuff.
So it's a little bit of different recruiting. It's more, we're getting down to nuts and bolts, how you gonna use me, blah, blah, blah. And you know, you don't really need all the fluff stuff. So they just really want to get down to the point.
Are you going to play me? That's what if they're moving schools, they're not moving schools to sit.
But and at the same time, yeah, are you gonna play me?
Yeah.
Are you gonna allow me to play you?
Yeah.
You know, so at the same time, you just got to be truthful with them. Because what you don't want to do in the portal is get a kid that you sell to come in, then he gonna be disgruntled because he not playing. Like it's still all about competition. The best guys play. You know, so, and that's what I told him. And, you know, we'll see how we did in the portal. I mean, that's yet to be determined, but we think we got some good kids.
When we come back, we're going to talk about some of those kids, and we'll break it all down next on Beyond the Orange.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Brent writes, Coach, know any good dad jokes? Hey Brent, thanks for asking. Why is grilling so great in Knoxville? Because the Vols always bring the heat. This has been Ask Coach Heupel, brought to you by Food City, the official tailgating headquarters of the Vols.
And backyard meatballs.
Attention drives connection. Tell your story well. GoPopFizz.com/vol.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
The Volunteer Club is your all-access pass to the heartbeat of Tennessee athletics. Ride the orange wave to private events, limited edition merchandise, gifts, and more featuring your favorite UT athletes. Fuel the tradition, celebrate the wins, and stand shoulder to shoulder with the Volunteer family. The Volunteer Club is the home of the most passionate volume fans. Join us today.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you, and that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us
Everybody ready? Attention drives connection. Tell your story well. GoPopFizz.com/vol.
One of the proud presenting sponsors of Beyond the Orange is Garza Law. Their motto, let us help. Who's helped you in the 45 or 50 days you've been on campus?
Well, 2 weeks of them I won't hear because of recruiting.
Sure.
But everyone, I mean, that's been the beauty of this place, man. Everybody, hey, coach, you need anything, you know, from top to bottom, from the head coach on down to, you know,
Sure.
to anybody, you know. So to point out one person that, they didn't help me the most, I think just everybody, man, it's nothing that, if I need a question answered, they come and answer it, places to live, location, food recommendation, all the stuff that, you know, when you come to a new town, you're trying to figure out, but everybody just weighing in, you know. But it seemed like Coach Heupel got a staff of really good people and genuine people, you know.
Sure.
And really, so it's really made my transition much easier.
Let's talk about as you overhaul the secondary, you bring in DeJuan Lane. We'll start with him.
Right.
You knew what you were getting in him.
Yeah.
He's been in the system. How big was that to have a guy that's going to be back there in the back end of the defense that knows what you all expect, what you want?
Well, I think it's big. I think he can tell the guys who I am as a coach. You know, because when you walk into a room and whether the guy's been here or you recruit him in the portal, everybody wondering how is this guy going, how is he going to be? was he really like that, or is he really like he was when I was recruiting? So he can answer some of those questions. Then obviously as we start to install, he can probably simplify it a little bit more. If I'm too much over their head, he can be like, oh no, just think about it like this, and so that was a big signing for us. And obviously he's a really good player.
TJ Metcalf comes from Michigan. Obviously was a player there. Was a player even at Arkansas in his previous stop before that. What'd you like about him?
Well, I recruited TJ out of high school. He came on an official visit at my last stop. Never lost contact with his pops. I mean, we just formed a good relationship, and I finally get a chance to. I really wanted him before he went to Michigan, and it just things don't work out. Sometimes in this portal thing, things just don't work out. But now I get a chance to coach him and his brother, and I'm excited about that one.
When you don't get him the last time around, when it's open this time, you're like, you should listen to me last time. Let's get this right. Let's get this right.
With his recruitment, it really won't like that. It was because the portal thing is going to come down to.
It's going to come down to, are you going to play and what are you going to pay, right? That's what it's going to come down to, right?
And it won't on his end. It just the way we were set up at my last stop.
Sure.
We couldn't do it, But again, like when you do things, I think when you do things the right way and you honest with people and upfront with people, that can keep your relationship going. And now when the opportunity came back up, we was able to get him down here, and the dad and mom, trust me because they know me,
Sure.
So that's a big piece of it.
Even a guy like DJ Burks, who's played a lot of football at Appalachian State, you get him in that room, and he's going to help you on special teams, and certainly will be somebody that can compete.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this guy got a lot of experience, and he's been playing at App State. Older guy, can help some of these young freshmen we have just came in, and just bringing more maturity to the room.
What about a guy like Idris Farouk, who's been here? And I know when you're balancing these new guys coming in, I know the guys that have been here are like, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to talk to them and, talk them sometimes off the ledge.
But Idris, quite frankly, because I recruited the DMV in Baltimore.
That helps you there.
Well, I knew him.
Yeah.
Like I recruited him. I recruited his high school. I know his dad, so, and like I told them, it's like, no need to worry. Ain't no need to panic. Like, everybody gonna get a fair shake. Look, I'm just here to win the games, man. I'm here to try to help us play really good defense so we can win. And the best guys can play. And if I got 4 that can play, 4 will play. If I got 2 that can play, 2 will play. If I got 5 that can play, 5 can play. And I got a track record and a history where I can show them, like, hey, I played 5 guys this year. And you can see the snap count. I played 4 guys. Last couple of years, I could play 2 because 2 were ready. So, like I told them, like, hey, look, if you're ready to play, you'll play.
Well, parents always, a lot of times we end up as like the middleman, right? So the parents are like, I don't, this stuff. And I'm like, do you really think they're not going to play you if your kid's not better? Like, this isn't middle school girls basketball or middle school football or whatever. Like, these guys get paid lots of money. They want to continue to get paid lots of money. They're going to play the player that gives them the best chance to win.
I mean, in this, like I tell the guys in the room, man, everybody don't get sprinkles, man. Everybody don't.
I hate sprinkles, don't you?
Yeah, I don't even like them, but but look, you gotta earn your time. I earned my time. I was in a time where you couldn't transfer, so either you just gonna sit the bench your whole career, or you figured it out. So again, I think it's when you're talking to people and you're talking to families and you're talking to recruits, honesty is the best policy. Don't promise them nothing that you can't deliver on. Like, so, a kid can't never say Poindexter came in and said, oh, I was going to start and I was going to be this, that, and another. No, I ain't said that. Now I think that's why we can just have open and honest conversation with parents, open and honest conversation with kids when the playing time ain't going right. So, and I'm fine with having the conversations, but what they don't understand is I'm not the only one judging who gonna play neither. Like, our whole defensive staff, we watch the tape together. Obviously, Jim got a big say in it. It ain't like one person, oh, I'm gonna play this guy because I just like this guy. If the guy ain't good, Jim gonna be like, no, you ain't playing this guy. No, you're not gonna play this guy. I don't care how much you like him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wouldn't want nobody. I got 3 kids of my own. I wouldn't want nobody to treat my kids like that.
Sure.
So I try to treat all the kids I coach like I would want somebody to treat my kids. And I had 3. I got all 3 of my kids. My 2 girls one run track in college now, one ran track. She had graduated. My son wrestled in college. Now I told all the coaches and everybody that was recruiting them, man, just tell them the truth. Just tell them the truth. And if they ain't good enough to play, they just ain't good enough. And they decide to go there, that's on them. That's on them. They're going to still show up and work hard. They're going to do everything you ask them to do. It's their job to get better. As long as you just tell them the truth, and so that's how I just live. That's the words I live by.
We're going to continue to tell the truth when we come back on Beyond the Orange.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
To pay for stuff, spending. I do not know. Big, candy. Spend me. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
I was coming home. I had a flat tire. So the local authorities proceeded to ask me some questions, and then that led to my arrest. There were some facts that needed to be presented that could help me with my case. I was exonerated. I would contribute that to Mr. Garza and his staff's efforts. He assured me that he would do all within his power to assist me in seeing this through.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Glenn asks, Coach, how does one join the Vol Navy? It's a great question. Well, Glenn, you don't necessarily need a boat. You need a friend with a boat. Always arrive with beef, fresh cut by a Food City butcher, and you'll be welcomed aboard. This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
This week's Food City Flashback takes us back to 1998. It's the great Deion Grant with the one-handed interception against Florida. The Vols go on to win that game in overtime, 20-17, and as the great John Ward said, pandemonium reigned. Let's pop culture this thing a little bit. You're an early 90s guy. Saved by the Bell? Yes, no?
I watch Saved by the Bell. But I'm big on the Westerns now, man.
Big Westerns?
Yeah, I'm watching Gunsmoke. I'm watching Wagon Train. I'm watching.
Oh, my gosh. You and Rodney Garner get along. He loves stuff like that.
Tales of Will Fargo. I'm on that now.
I mean, you talked to G, and he was watching Matlock and and MASH.
Yeah, oh, yeah. As I done got older, I used to watch my uncle and my dad, and they be watching these old shows.
Andy Griffith Show?
I love the Andy Griffith Show.
Me too, pal.
I love Andy. Only in black and white, though.
Exactly.
I don't like
when Barney leaves, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. But,
it's over.
So my wife and my kids hate it, but hey, it's just me. If I want some quiet time, I just pop them shows on and everybody clear the room.
Last thing, we'll get you out of here. Biggest thing that your group's got to do well this spring to have a successful springboarding into fall camps. What?
Man, we got to tackle. We got to be really, really good tacklers, and we got to be great communicators. I mean, so I think if we can communicate, we can tackle, and the ball don't go over our head, we'll be all right.
All right. I think they'll be more than all right. Tennessee was not very good on defense last year. The expectation is to be much more improved this year. This guy right here will be a big reason why. Coach, we appreciate you going beyond the orange.
I appreciate y'all having me.